Shalom, shalom, shalom. Trying to get these angles going. That is why I gotta get I have to get a Alright. So we gotta get this word out, man. We gotta get this word how about should be how shout. Alright. So highways and byways, out here right now, waiting on some of the brothers. But we want to start off by giving all honor, praise, and glory to Shalom Shalaki. So we want to start this week's highways and byways off by giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'Hashem, Wakah Akwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well of Yasha Allah. Yasha Allah being Hebrew for Israel. Peace and blessings to the faithful elect of Yasha Allah. Shalom wa baraki Amah Bachiyar. Alright? So yeah, man. We out here and I'm just seeing people walk by. You know, they just Salaki. I'm seeing people walk by and they just in a daze. You know, people can't wait for this, you know, this government lockdown to end. You know. And ultimately you should want it to prolong. Because the scriptures say, what is the day of the Lord for you? It is darkness, man. That's ultimately what that's gonna bring. The further we keep getting along in this process that these elites, right? That people are not aware of. These elites, which we understand to be the elite banking families. You know, your Rothschilds, your Rockefellers, and so forth. You know, they're plotting. It's the new world order. You know, and as this thing slowly progresses, you're getting closer and closer to the end. The end of what? The end of the world, man. The end of the society. You know, and ultimately a destruction, because the Lord has prophesied about a destruction that's getting ready to come to this earth. Let me get a scripture really quick. Let's see. You know what? Let's go with 2nd Ezra 16th chapter in the first verse. It says, "Woe." What does woe mean? Woe means destruction, right? It says, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia." Right? What is Babylon? Right? Well, the scriptures teach about reincarnation. So Babylon was once an ancient civilization, which people teach about and learn about to this day. You know, but people who, I guess, are attentive to the Bible, they understand that it's Babylon will come back, known as the daughter of Babylon. That's the code word for America in the Bible, the daughter of Babylon, right? So ultimately, this is talking about America, because the daughter of Babylon, right, is America. What does it say? Second Ezra in the 16th chapter in the first verse. It says, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia." Woe be unto thee. And you know that's spiritual, because all of this started by the Lord's his watchpot, Moab, which people understand to be China, right? China is known as Moab in the Bible. And the Lord said in the Bible, right, through his holy prophets, who were Israelite men, right, who you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians actually are, right? He spoke through your ancestors, right, when we were still known as the Israelites. And one of the prophets wrote about how Moab was going to be the washpot of the Most High. He was going to use Moab as a washpot over the earth. Now, if you go into what a washpot is used for, it's used for cooking and it's used to clean, right? The Lord's cooking up a destruction. The Lord's cleaning the earth right now of all the wrongdoings of the past times, man, period, all right? So it's funny that it says going to Asia as well, because this is how this all started, right? Through Asia, China, Wuhan, right? So destruction started there and it spread out like a domino effect. Okay, so it says, "Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria." Now, when you go into the Bible that most people have, which is an incomplete Bible, and you go to the 11th chapter of Revelation in the 8th verse, it says, "And their dead bodies." Who's the there? The there is talking about you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Native American Indians, you so-called Latinos, your bodies. Why does it say your dead bodies? It says, "And their dead bodies," Talaki, "and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city." What's the great city? What's the slogan right now? Make America great again. That's the great city. America is that great city, man. It's the place where everybody wants to come, right, and fulfill their dreams, their lusts, you know, their desires, and etc., man. And being goddamn la la land, man. That's what this is talking about. Your dead bodies lying in the streets. Because what do so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American people like doing? They like posting up, chilling in these streets, man. And ultimately, you're lying in the streets because you're being put to death by the police, injustice, right? And you're dead because also in the spiritual sense, you're actually spiritually dead. You're spiritually dead, man. You don't know who you are. You don't know what's going on. You want to be like everybody else besides getting back, coming back into who you are, man. Let's prove it. And we know that to be true because that's what the Bible say about so-called, that's what the Bible, in the book of Isaiah, who was a prophet, an Israelite prophet, the only prophets on the earth that can come out and do this are Israelites, period. Isaiah was an Israelite, and he was spoken through by the creator of heaven and earth to say this, Isaiah 1:3, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. What is an ass? He's talking about, or an ass, a donkey, man, right? Two slow, simple animals that basically that's the thoughts you possibly get when you hear about a donkey and an ox, right? But this is what the Lord trying to convey to you. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. So the owner of that donkey know where his owner lives at, right? But Israel doth not know. My people do not consider. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you came from, and you don't even give a damn. You don't care who you are, man. Okay? That's what the Bible's saying, man. So that's how you're spiritually lying dead in the great city right now. So let me get back to my point. Revelation 11:8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. We read it again. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. When you pull out $1 on the back of it, what do you see? References to Egypt, because you're in spiritual Egypt. And Egypt in the Bible, right? Well, why is that relevant? Let's get it. Exodus 20:2. It says, I am the Lord, whose name is Yahweh. I am the Lord thy God. God means power. So he's saying, I am Yahweh, thy power. Or in, that's old English, so in new English, he's basically saying, I am Yahweh, your power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, right? Because that's the history of the Israelites. They were the people who were brought out of Egypt, right? It says, out of the house of bondage. So Egypt is known to be a place of bondage. What's another word for bondage? Slavery. So let me go back. Revelation 11:8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was crucified. But the Lord, who people call Jesus Christ, he was killed in Israel. So what does that mean? One, you crucified his reputation. His name is not Jesus. When you open the 1611 Bible of the original King James, there's no J's. There are no letter J's in it. So you crucify him that way, and you're putting his people to death, his men, which make up his body, because he's the head. That's why men can come out and do things like this, because we got the head. The head told us to do that, right? If you kill the head, the body shall fall as well. But you're killing the Lord when you kill his body. You kill the men who make up help make up his reputation as a whole. So-called black men, right? So-called Latino men, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, right? That's how he's crucified. Then you're telling everybody he's a so-called white man. That's just not true. And then no one is even white. No one on the planet Earth is white. No one on the planet Earth is black, right? This is black. The trim of my ephod, man. My backpack is black. I'm not black, I'm brown, right? But I would be identified as a so-called black man. So that's that. And so you crucified the Lord by killing him all over again, killing his men, right? The true Jews, right? And telling people that he's a so-called white man and having, the people that are of his nation, his bloodline, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, in their mind believe that he's a so-called white man. So the Lord's ultimately been killed twice. That's not who he is. Your grandma has a picture of who actually was a man known by the name of Caesar A. Borgia in her kitchen. My grandma got to a damn a painting of the so-called Last Supper, which was basically a iconoclastic portrayal of what was originally painted. That's the fake painting, right? And then it's a woman at that table. It wasn't no woman when you look at the so-called Last Supper with the so-called white man sitting in it with his so-called white disciples who will be today known as Caucasians or white people, but they're actually the biblical Edomites, right? The counterpart of so-called black people, Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native American Indians. That's why so-called white people and those people I just named have a history of just war and just misunderstandings and just can't get along, the disruption, just all type of stuff, because they're actually Esau and Jacob. Esau representing the wicked and Jacob representing the Dom, meaning complete, beautiful, lacking nothing, right? It's another word, another meaning. Righteous, You people don't know nothing about the Bible, man. These people are a bunch of hypocrites and liars, man. Right? They won't admit their wrongdoings, right? They won't truly turn back to the Father. They tell you to do it, and read the Bible, but what the Bible say, you're not supposed to teach for hire. And the Lord don't deal in buildings. He doesn't He doesn't dwell within buildings made with hands, man. Period. Right? So this is why the destruction is written to come to this place, right? Because it's spiritual Egypt, where the Israelites were once in captivity, and they were brought back into captivity. And how do we know this? Because that was prophesied to happen to the Israelites. The Israelites was told in the Bible they were going to go back into slavery by slave ships. And the only people that happened to was so-called, the so-called Negroes. Let's get it. Deuteronomy in the 28th chapter and the last verse, the 68th verse. It says, "And the Lord shall bring thee." Who's the thee? Let's find out. You understand the Bible by linking it with other pieces. The Lord didn't want anybody to just open this book up and get it, because it's people he has to punish. So in order for them to stay in that position of a worthy punishment, they will have to stay in darkness ultimately, and the Lord do what he wants. Period. Deuteronomy 1:1. These be the words. So the first thing that was said in the book of Deuteronomy, right? It says, "These be the words," Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. "These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel." Not anybody else. All Israel. "On this side Jordan, in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran, Tophel, and Laban, and Hazeroth, and Dazah." Now let's go back. So in the 28th chapter, everything in context will still be words being spoken to Israel. Let's get something that was told to them. Deuteronomy 28 and the last verse, 68th verse. "And the Lord shall bring thee." So who's the thee? Who would the thee be in context? Israel, Israelites. "The Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again," because the Lord's talking to them after already bringing them out of Egypt. And we first found out Egypt means the house of bondage, which is a place of slavery, the place of your slavery. In understanding, And the Lord shall bring thee, all Israel, all Israelites, into Egypt, slavery, again with ships. So who went into slavery with ships? This says all Israel. But we only know so-called Negroes to go into slavery by ships. So the so-called Negroes will have to be these people by default, period. Period. By the way, whereof I spake unto thee, you Israelites, not Negroes, you Israelites, thou shalt see it no more again. So your homeland. Most of us don't even know where we were living at. They could tell you, or people could tell you, so-called Negroes could tell you they was living in, or they got us from Africa. Well, what part? You don't know. That was said about the Israelites. The ox know his master's crib. The ox knoweth his owner, the ass his master's crib. But Israel, my people, don't know. They don't even consider. So only Israelites would know who they were in the last times. We don't know where we're from. When you open the Bible up and you run into the prophets who the Lord have set up, men he have set up, as he deals in order, you'll get it. But he ultimately has to put you in position to get this and hear this. Because there's a point in time where none of us knew this. You know? But it started with one man, and that man being, Abba Bivens, who we believe in the spirit to be, Elijah. Okay? He said, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. See that? So you so-called Negroes are Israelites, man, this whole time. And who are the Israelites? The Jews. What people call Jesus, he was a Jew. He is a Jew. A Jew is an Israelite. So you're the real Jews, period. And the word Jew comes from the word Judah, which is one tribe of the tribes of Israel. Because Israelites are 12 tribes. The top tribe of all the Israelites is the Jews. The Jew is Judah, right? That's where you get the word Jew from. That's why the Lord, let's get another one. Revelation 1 and 18. And you got many people walking around knowing this, and they won't tell you who you are. Because they want to keep you in darkness. Because you actually supposed to be ruling this earth, man. Period. That's why you don't receive anything, man. That's why you have it the hardest. Because you're cursed. Because your ancient ancestors broke the commandments, man. The commandments, this is your book. This is your diary, man. That's how our people are, right? So let's get it. Revelation 1. Revelation 1, and we're going to start at 10. And I was in the spirit on the Lord's day, and heard behind me a great voice, right? So a loud voice, a powerful voice, as of a trumpet, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, so that voice was telling him what you see, he said, what thou seest, write in a book, not draw, write, right? And send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea, right? All different places that Israelites will be dwelling at that time. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. So he was seeing a visual, right? A vision of symbolism, right? Because the 7 golden candlestick is a menorah, right? Who deals with menorahs? So-called Jews, right? The Jews, real Jews, okay? It says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, so right in the middle, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle, right? So why was he in the middle of the candlestick? Because what does a candlestick do? It brings light, man, right? And it burns fire. And that's what the words and the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Most High, you know, brings. It's fiery, right? It's a fire. It's likened unto a fire, and it brings light, right, to darkness. His head and his head, Salaki, his head and his hairs. So the hair on his head and his beard, right? Because your hair goes into your beard, man. Because Israelites are supposed to have beards on your face. You so-called Negroes keep walking around cutting your beard, marring your beard, and you're not supposed to do that. That's why you're going to be destroyed. Another reason. And his head and his hairs were white like wool. So the head on his hair going into the beard of his face was wool-like. It was a wool-like texture. Now, who the only people you know on the planet Earth that have woolly hair, right? And that's famous for that, okay? And his eyes, Slakia, white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were like a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass. What color is brass? Look it up. Brass is the color of a penny, which is copper. That's brown. His feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. And his voice as the sound of many waters. So his feet, those brown feet was so, they looked like they've been burnt in the furnace. So the Lord was really a really dark man, man. He's a really dark man, period. And his voice as the sound of many waters. It's loud. When you put your ear to a seashell, right? It's loud. Okay? And those are all traits of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American people, man. You know, the Negroes have the woolly hair. Some of you Latinos got it too. Some of you Native American tribe people have it too. Woolly hair. My grandma's a so-called Native American Indian, but my father, he's a so-called Negro. Okay, so you're the real Jews, man. You're the real Israelites. And what's getting ready to happen is a destruction, because this place is known as the house of bondage, man. This place is known as this place is where your slavery took place, man. This is just a punishment, right? You weren't given life. The Lord didn't give you life. He gave you some years, man. Around 400. But really, we've been being oppressed for longer than that. You know, due to this so-called white man who rules this earth right now, right? Who's getting ready to chip everybody and bring a vaccine that's probably gonna cause more damage than this so-called coronavirus that's going on right now. But the Lord did say He's gonna bring pestilence. So let's get back into the prophecies. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. So that's what's going on right now. The destruction of the society you know is getting ready to crumble, man. It's coming, man. It's pending. Right? The rulers of the earth, the so-called white man, he knows this, man. Right? He's playing chess. He's playing chess with you people. He's really playing chess with the Lord. The Lord got him doing everything he wants to do, man. He got him doing this. And let's prove it. Proverbs 21st verse. It says in the first verse. Salakia. Proverbs in the 21st chapter, in the first verse, it says the king's heart. It says the king's heart. Who's the king? The king would be the person in charge. So the head. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water he turneth it whithersoever he willeth. So the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he willeth. So all the moves that you seeing being made, they're retracting on whether or not they want to bring, they want to open this place back up. You know, they want to send another stimulus check. The Lord got them. He's doing that, man. He's stirring him up to make these moves. You know, it's an illusion. You think you're in charge, and you're not, man. You sitting, probably watching your destruction right before your eyes, man. In slow time, man. Right? It's being brought to you live. You know? Period. So back to the point. You know, people walk around all day with they, little vehicles and, fake little plans and business. Man, the Lord don't care about none of that, man. A destruction is coming to this place. It must come, right? The people of God are suffering right now, man. Unexplainably, right? We can't even eat real food. And you people want this to keep going. It's a damn shame. The earth is destroyed. The air is polluted. You can't even not go to work when you don't want to because you don't have enough. And that's because of a system that's been set up, man. That is not in your favor. You know? You people, your artificialness is about to come to a close, man. You people are gonna get back right once the real rulers are set back up on this earth, man. You're not gonna have none of this. You're not gonna have a falsehood of life, right, being pushed on the earth anymore. Once the destruction comes, right? Because you people not living. You think you're living, and you're not. You know. You can't collect rainwater. You can't even fish. You're not even supposed to be fishing without a fisher's license. Explain that. How you gonna pay to fish and it's free? The earth supplies it naturally. You know? But that's why the destruction is coming to the so-called white man, man. Because he's the devil that the Bible speaks about, which means deceiver. Let's read more about this destruction. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? Right? That sword ultimately is going into Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. He's about to he's about to bring a sword to this earth, man. And you people think he coming back with Lysol and damn hand sanitizer and hugs and masks and gloves, and he's gonna sit and listen to you. Okay, tell me more. No, he's coming to kill, man. Period. And you people need death. Because that's how you'll be made right, and the order is going to be brought, man. And you elite bankers, you're going into slavery, man. All you so-called white people going into slavery, period. You're going into slavery, man. Let's get it. And you're going to serve us. So-called little silly Negroes standing up here right now. You know who we are. All I need is this book. I don't need anything, man. All I need is this book and my daily bread, man. That's all I need. And endurance. Right? We have a hedge around us, man. All right? Now let me get Revelation 13 and 10. The Bible says in the last thing of the Bible, right? In the book, in the last book, in the book of Revelation, the last part of the Bible, right? The reveal. Revelation means to reveal. It says, Revelation 13 and 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. We read it again, Revelation 13 and 10. he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Who led into captivity? So-called white man, so-called Caucasian people, man. We don't want to hear, well, it was so long ago. It wasn't me. It was my forefathers. The Lord ain't hearing none of that, man. The Lord. Isaiah in the 14th chapter. More prophecy. The Lord Yahweh was not hearing any of that anymore, man. Revelation 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. Who did Jacob become? He became known as the patriarch of the nation of Israel, right? Jacob got his name changed to Israel. He brought forth the Israelites. So the Lord said he's going to have mercy on the Israelites. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. See that? And set them in their own land, right? Because you so-called Jewish people, you're in our homeland right now. That's not your land. That is not your land. And you know that's not your land. But some of you, you've been there so long and you've been on high so long that you believe it. It's like they say, you tell a lie so many times, it becomes true. It says, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined. And the strangers shall, that's a promise. And the strangers, who's the strangers? That's everybody outside of the nation of Israel, right? The bloodline, the Israelites. Everybody else is known as the strangers. You're the Goyim, right? And the strangers shall be joined with them. So us Israelites. And they, who's the they? The strangers shall cleave to the house of Jacob, right? You're going to beg, you're going to plead, because ultimately it's get down and lay down. Pretty much is the message of the Bible, man. Just get down and lay down, man. Let's get it. It says, and the people shall take them. Who's the people? The people of Israel. And the people of the Lord. The people shall take them. Who's them? Everybody else is not an Israelite. We're going to take you, right? We're not going to ask for you. We said we're going to take. When you take, there's no asking, Or let's let it speak. And bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall, and what does house mean? It means stock, the bloodline, right? The seed. You can't be a spiritual Israelite. You're a stranger. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord. So for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were. So who are we captives of? Who are we captives of? Who are we captives of right now? The so-called white man. You so-called Chinese people. You so-called African people, because we're not African. I'm not an African. I'm an Israelite, period. All right? Spirit bear witness. The Spirit, which is this Bible, bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God, man. And we prove it. We don't just say it. Because a lot of people, anybody can say that, But the things we do, the way we dress, the way we walk, our sentiments prove we're the children of God, The affliction that's been put upon us, man. You don't come out and do this, and you don't read the whole Bible. You teach a doctrine of prosperity, and that can't be any more of false prophethood within being in the times we're in right now, right? There's no good news right now for as a whole. That's a false balance. Destruction is coming along with good news, and the good news is you're going into slavery. All you so-called white people, all you so-called Africans, all you so-called Chinese people, all you so-called Japanese people. If you're not an Israelite, you're going into slavery for what you did to the Israelites, man. And a lot of you know this, man. A lot of you know this, period. All right? Now, it says and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Because we're highly oppressed right now. We're a highly oppressed people. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and so-called Native American Indians, you're highly oppressed, man. So we about to take you oppressors, you elites, you know, Donald Trump, you're going into slavery too. Period. It says there's no respect of persons with the Lord, man. He don't care who you are. He doesn't care. Just how you seen what happened to us, and you can Google it and see us hanging on trees, and you know, so-called little white kids, Caucasian kids laughing when so-called Negroes are being tied around trees and their backs breaking and beating in, and then they still telling you about it with all the movies they put out. You know this was our truth, our history. The Lord making sure you know. He gave you 12 years a slave in recent years. He gave you birth of a nation, man. He gave you all these things, man. It's here. So there's no cloak. There is no cloak. There is no cloak. Period. You know? So what happens when you take something and you possess it? It's like unto a guy who drives he's a repo. He's a repo guy. He identifies the item that he needs to possess, and he takes it. He doesn't ask. You got TV shows of this, and the people try to put up a fight, you know. But ultimately, it doesn't work. It's so-called lizard lick towing. Let's get Isaiah the 60th chapter and see what's going to happen to you people who think you have a choice in the matter. You know, and this is good news for you non-coons and coonettes, you know, who are of the Israelite bloodline, man. This is good news. You about to see your oppressor going to camp. You about to possess him, man. You're going to be filthy rich. The money they have is not even going to be able to compare to what the Lord is about to give us, man. What He's about to bestow on us. It's not going to compare. Okay. Now let me get Isaiah. Let me see. Bear with me. Them that will not serve thee. I'll get it in a second. Let me get this though. This Isaiah in the 60th chapter. And I'm gonna start at the 10th verse. It says, "And the sons of the strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I had mercy on thee." So really, we got the end of the world. Basically, if the world of life, the life of the world, right? How it's ultimately gonna play out is if it was a movie, we already got the end right here, right? His prophets already done seen the end. We know the end of the movie, and we're rehearsing it and replaying it to notice something new, you know, over and over until it comes. And He sends us out on the weekend. He sends us out 24/7, right? All throughout the web, period. Right, which is what the internet was made for, and He has you people hear these words, because when it come, it say every knee shall bow, man. It won't be no Jesus. Jesus is not coming back. Yahushua is coming back. That's who the Lord is, man. He's not a so-called white man, man. Everybody knows that. Jesus Christ is not coming back. Yahushua HaMashiach is getting ready to come back, and He about to put all you people that are proud, that are wicked, that are boastful, that are envious. He's about to put you on one knee, and most of you He's gonna put to death. Period. And that's the truth. All right. We don't give a damn about you people and your feelings. This is the truth. Isaiah 60 and 10. and the sons of the strangers shall build up thy walls. Who's the thy? The Israelites, right? This is basically more of the movie. This is more of the movie, right? Once we take you and possess you, we're gonna have a bunch of Israelites that's gonna be like repo men, and we're gonna be finding you, and we're gonna be hunting you down. We're gonna hunt you down, and we're gonna find you, right? And we're gonna take you like the Bible said, man. And we're gonna take you back to the land of Israel, the holy land of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. Not Jesus Christ, not God, because God is not a name. God is a title. It's a position, right? You got some, and I'm gonna say another thing too. All you white, so-called white people, Caucasian, that's just what you call yourself, but you're actually an Edomite. All of you are not equally evil, you know. Some of you are the Lord is putting a spirit on you to where you're telling some truth, man. You know, and you're the ones we're gonna deal with a little bit, you know. But you're not gonna have it good in the kingdom of heaven, you know. But if you play, that's why you're gonna cleave, man. See, it's all full circle. It's all full circle. There's only one truth. This is not my own mind. This is not a private interpretation. This is not me twisting the scriptures. This is what the scriptures are saying. I'm reading scriptures and I'm bringing out the understanding of them, period, and making sense. You know, destruction is coming, man. A chip is coming, man. A nuclear catastrophe, nuclear fire is getting ready to burn America up, man. And if you're so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian, you are an Israelite. If you do not turn back to the Bible and the men of the Lord that the creator of heaven and earth is setting up, sending out on these streets that you think are bums, sitting in front of the computer, bringing out these lessons in this true history, if you do not turn back and get the truth, you will be killed. You're going to die a horrible death in America. That's what is going on right now, man. The end of the world. Let's get it. The earth is not ending. The world is ending. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. And if you're a so-called, if you're not of that nation, if you're not an Israelite, you're going into slavery. It's just that simple. A so-called black man is getting ready to come back. That's what you see in the sky, right? Those are chariots, man. Those are the chariots of Israel, right? So-called UFOs are not UFOs. They've been identified. Your government knows what those objects are, man. But he's keeping you to sleep. You don't know God when you see it. It's just like when you have a baby, right? How can you not believe in a God or a higher power? You didn't even put yourself here. When you're broke, you can't decide whether or not you're broke, ultimately, and the Father's proving it to you, because you people can't even go to work. Well, I can do DoorDash. Okay, what if they stop that? Then what? Proudness will get you killed, man. It's about to get a lot of people slaughtered, man, and it's coming. Because it's people that are already prophesied and programmed to not turn back from their proudness, man, right? And this message is really to you so-called Negroes and you Latinos and you so-called Native American Indians, man, because you are the children of God, man, period. Now let's get 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. See that? The earth is not ending. The society you know is ending. It's crashing. The so-called white man is about to go down, and so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian people who are the Israelites, they're about to come up because that's who Jacob is. Jacob is Israel. Jacob had his name changed to Israel. So anything that comes from Israel, as far as a child, will be an Israelite, right? An Israelite, man. You people come from the nation of Israel, man. You're biblical Israelites. You need to do some history, man. You need to do your history. You need to do some research, man. You need to shut up and listen because you don't know. And there was a time we didn't know. So guess what? We had to shut up and listen. When your dream is not working, you need to turn back to the Lord, man. Right? Don't be proud because you did not put yourself here, man. But, you know, anyway, back into the prophecies. 2nd Ezra 16 and 5. Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood? So if you ran into a lion out here and he wanted to eat and he wanted to eat you, could you stop him? No. That's the destruction that's promised to come to you, man. The so-called white man, he wants to chip you, and that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna force you to be chipped, man. Some of you not even, you probably won't, this is not in the Bible, right? But how we analyze it and see it, the vaccine that they are recommended to people might be mandatory. You might not be able to return to work without taking that vaccine, man. Period. Now what you gonna do? And you shouldn't put anything in your body and you don't even know what it is. So that should tell you you're in the worst place possible, man. But you're gonna stay proud, you're not gonna listen, and you're ultimately gonna be destroyed, right? And you're gonna wake up and know the truth. It says, 2nd Ezra 16, and I'm gonna get it 6 again. May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire and stubble? When hath it begun to burn? When it had begun to burn? So when a fire, they couldn't even stop that fire in California. What was it, Calabasas? You know? Ain't that where Kanye lived? They couldn't even stop that there. So how you gonna stop anything that just must be? You can't, man. So it's better to be with the power than against the power. It's better to be with the wind than against the wind. You Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you're gonna learn you was going against the grain, man. You're going against the grain. You are going against the grain. You're proud and you don't want to wake up. You know, these people coming out here, they're scared, man. Because the Lord has set up a so-called black man to come out here, stand right here, and tell the truth for free. Period. According to the Bible, not his own mind. You know? I could do this all day by the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know? We don't bite. We're not gonna harm you. We don't, hey, let me get that. These people get on my damn nerve talking about every time it's something dealing with a black man, oh, black man, that's scary. Why is it always scary? Why is it scary that a so-called Negro who's beat, robbed, and raped and humiliated and made to be a damn suck up and a kiss ass, how is it that he's scary? How is it that you fear him? This don't make any sense, man. Explain this. How? Because you truly know that you truly see that we are the children of God, man. And you're gonna admit that. You're gonna hear that and know that. 2nd Ezra Salakia. 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. It says, we started at 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. So understand that. Just because I might be 6'2", however tall, right, so-called Negro, you know, I have a stigma put on me by my evil twin brother Esau, right? For though I walk in the flesh, I don't war after the flesh, man. You know, we can be big, muscular, fast, strong, tall, deep voices, whatever. We can be skinny, scrawny, fat, big, whatever, man. It don't even matter the shape and size we come in, you know? Light skin, you know, woolly hair, not non-woolly hair, you know, short, it don't matter, man. For though we walk in the flesh, you know, and I'm talking about those that are men of the Lord, man. You know? Even the so-called sisters, some of you act like you're scared of, man. Right? Though we walk in the flesh, I don't war after the flesh, man. I'm not gonna do anything to anybody, man. I'm a very peaceful dude, man. You know? But by the Spirit, I am a Judite, man. And the Judites, they're compared to spiritual lions. You know? So it's the scriptures say, who shall rouse Judah up? Because Judah is like a sleeping giant right now, man. You know how big a lion is? If you look up Animal Planet, you see those so-called white men always over there antagonizing, what kind of antagonizing? Taking pictures and riding up right next to them with these vehicles, and they'll just be walking in a pack, you know, just chill. Not even worry about anything. Not gonna do anything to anybody. You know? If anything, you do something to the lion. And the lion, he ends up being a damn logo for Paramount. You know? How that happened? Explain. Are there any lions in America? I don't think so. You know? So, my point being, man, we're peaceful people, man. We're very chill people, man. Very, very chill person. You know? But we are lions. You know? And when it's time to eat, we're gonna eat. Which is what we was just going into when we become repo men. Right? 2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. You know, you people carry guns and blades and mace. We don't need none of that, man. I don't do none of that. But mighty, right, through Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, right, who you people understand is God, you know, to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, or the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of a Mashiach, into obedience of the Messiah, man. That's the most I'm gonna do. I'm gonna correct your imagination, man. I'm not gonna stab you, you know. So you people can quit trying to act like you're so scared of us. But really, you act like that because you people know a destruction that's getting ready to take place, man. You know that we're destined to rise up and finally take you down. But it's gonna be a spiritual battle, man. Half of us, you know, the scriptures talk about how the Israelites are also gonna get spiritual power, man. We're gonna be endowed on high, man. We're not even gonna have to touch half of you, you know. I might just send you away blinking at you, you know? So you ain't gotta worry about me touching you, man. These scary people, man. You know? Shalom. Shalom. Y'all about to shot. Yeah, man. You know? Sun out now, man.
Got an Edomite in the car just chilling.
Yeah, he listening. They've been pulling up listening, you know? Old lady, she pulled up, she listened. She was supposed to get out, she ain't never get out. You know, then the damn these people walking through, it was funny, man. Then there was some dates here earlier, and I was trying to wait, but the spirit just had me get out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, that's what they think, man. They think this thing is about to just keep.
That's what we were saying when we was driving on our way here, and you did. One Edomite like extra close, almost in the middle of the lane, the driving lane. Like he just want to get hit. So I gotta like slow down.
When he was on a bike or something?
Yeah. So I gotta slow down, but kind of get close to him to let him know, like scoot over, because he just thinking he runs so like it's gonna be continuing.
Crazy, man. Yeah, man. So yeah, you don't. We was in Isaiah the 60th chapter. Somebody can get that. Dang. I think that is in the 60th chapter, Isaiah. When they say, all the people that won't serve them shall be. Yeah, that's in Isaiah. I must have overlooked it. Basically, what's gonna happen? Those that will not serve them, that will not serve you, it should be in there somewhere. But yeah, man. Lord, he not. This place is coming to an end, man. You know, Jake out here fishing. You know what I'm saying? Jake out here with their kids. You know, Jake out here with their girlfriends. You know, but smart enough to stop and listen. You know, you heard. Hey, you been marked, man. Your mind has been marked. You know, the Lord put a streak. You know, we out here spiritually. If you happen to, you know, catch the men of the Lord, you know, when they're speaking. When they speak, you know, they basically running a damn, it's a streak being ran across your mind, you know? There's things you have never heard them say. That's pretty much what's being done, man. The Lord's staying to you, man. You know, they're speaking at, let me see.
That's Isaiah 60:12, right?
Yeah, you go ahead, bring it out. So pretty much, that.
Started at 10.
Yeah.
It's Isaiah 60:10. It says, "And the sons of strangers shall build up their walls, and the king shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually; they shall not be shut day or night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles."
Oh man, the forces. We're gonna get your we're gonna go back over that. Keep going.
"And that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish."
Read that part again. For the what?
It's Isaiah 60:12. "For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish."
So you people that want to just drive by, right? And you know, it was Moses up here stunting. Dude up here in a Mercedes truck. Man, it was hella like expensive ass vehicles up here. Was walking with their families. They like, you know, hella mugs, you know, coming up here, getting their ass, you know, getting that cloak took off of them. You ain't got no excuse. You ain't never seen nothing like this. We telling you what this is about, man. Right? We telling you who the real Israelites are, who the real Jews are. We're the real Jews, right? Us standing up here, man. Not you, right? If you're not an Israelite, you're going into slavery, man. It don't matter if you're a governor. It doesn't matter if you're the president. It don't matter if you're Donald Trump. It don't matter if you're anything, according to the Bible, man. If you're not an Israelite, because those people don't come from the nation of Israel. Those one such as Donald Trump, he comes from the nation of Edom. He's an Edomite, man. It says all the people that are not Israelites are going to serve the Israelites. And the Israelites are going to receive the forces of the kings. The mystery that's already been revealed is now who's the Israelites. Because everybody know, if you read the Bible, the Israelites are the chosen people of God. The Israelites is going to receive the promises. The Lord, who people legally call Jesus, he's coming back for only the Israelites, right? And they're going to be judged by this. The Israelites are the only people cursed. So, if you can just go back over that one more time, brother, the 12th verse, I think it's like the 11th verse you can start at. Because I had already pulled out the 10th verse.
It's Isaiah 60 and 11. No, bringing out the camera.
Oh, he got a camera.
Yeah. I'm finna go take some nature pictures and stuff.
You gonna rethink about it.
Thinking he one with nature and stuff.
Yeah.
It's Isaiah 60 and 11.
You know they be watching, so he probably gonna be from afar trying to take it.
He got him. These the Israelites that y'all was talking about. The Israelites.
He looked at straight at dude as soon as he got the car. They said,
Inspiring. That's because he looked at me. I looked at him. What shit up?
I need the stick.
you watched it.
Yeah, I need the stick.
It's all good. It's Isaiah 60 and 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day or night, that men will bring them thee.
Hey man, you know how you gotta close and lock your doors right now? You ain't gonna have to close and lock your doors no more. You're gonna be able to just, you know, in the country, they could do that. Leave their doors and stuff unlocked. Really, they can't do that no more because Esau finna pull up. He about to pull up and air it out. You know what I'm saying? Like that damn song, that nigga 21 Savage got. Told him pull up and air it out. You know what I'm saying? That's what Esau about to do. But he about to literally pull up and air it out. He coming with them guns. You know that one of them ones got trigger fingers. Itchy. I just had to.
They've been ready. That's what they've been training.
Yeah,
that's why they're trained to kill.
They're the skilled hunters.
That's why when they get that kill order, like that movie kill order, they know what it is. It's kill order.
Yeah, I gotta get all the movies right now.
Y'all seen the movie Eagle Eye?
Eagle Eye. You know what?
It's a buff, fake Jew.
Yeah. No, I think I seen it. I'm gonna watch that again though.
Real heavy.
It's like what they had right now. I'm seeing that too. It's like the what's the movie? The Fast and Furious 7 or something like that.
God's Eye.
Yeah, with the God's Eye. It's like a sphere that supposedly look at everything all across the world.
It's the same thing, but basically with that one, they built a system that was trying to take down their own government. And they felt shitty as hell. It was an Eagle Eye. They was trying to take down their own government because it was noticing, it's a lot of people in here that's corrupt. They was trying to take down their own government.
They built a government to take down their city, or
they built a system that like gets rid of the world's problems. And then it started looking at them like, no, they're the problem. And it took all the names of the people in the
That's a scripture too. That's crazy.
what?
That's literally a scripture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like literally
You talking about
what you just said. Like they built the city, they realized they're the problem. That's basically a scripture.
Okay. So yeah, they start looking at them, and that's why they brought Shia LaBeouf in there to basically.
Tell them, let me tell them to turn right at that stop sign. Tell them if you get Mahomes on the joint, tell him when you get to that stop sign that he usually turn left at, tell him to make a right and come all the way down and make a right. Yeah, but he got to know how to get over here though. He probably figured out. Left at, make a right at, and come all the way down, and you're gonna get to another stop sign. Make a right there, and then take a left. So you're gonna make 2 rights and then make a left.
Basically, that point was just showing that they were showing themselves that they are a problem, they are the issue. That's why they have to be taken down, because they're the ones. It's corruption in their own system.
Yeah, that's the scripture, man. That's like I'm trying to think of it. What I'm thinking of, like.
To be honest, the Lord is the eye. You know what I'm saying? Because He see all things.
Get that. Get Proverbs 15 and 4, man. And it's one more. The sinful kingdom. You go ahead on that, brother.
It's Isaiah 60 and 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually.
15 and 3.
They shall not be shut day or night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles.
Oh man, we're gonna get all your resources, man. All of the gold they sitting on. They got gold bricks and vaults. You know what I'm saying? All the food, you know what I'm saying? They got cattle. They gonna bring all that, man.
They really, spiritually, the Lord making them gather all that stuff just for us.
Yep.
Like, go ahead, get it all together just so we can take it.
But a lot of your crops gonna be burnt because America gonna be burnt. So the crop fields in Cali, they got a big grape field out there in
The vineyards and stuff.
yeah, and I think Pasadena. That's where a lot of the wine is made. Man, all that stuff's gonna be burnt up, man. The Lord about to burn all that up when those nukes hit, man.
That's like California already be having forest fires.
Yeah, that was by the Spirit. I just was going into that. It tell you you can bring that. Matter of fact, keep going. Finish that point.
It says, bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. It's verse 12.
So it ain't no just because you a peasant, Israel, so-called regular white person, you're going into slavery. No. The kings, the elites being bought too. You might get, Lord willing, you know, you make it, you might get Jacob Rothschild. You know what I'm saying? You might get them, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, that's just what the Bible's saying. You the Trump. Kings, right? You might get Trump. You know, you might get them, dude they've been talking about been hiding from North Korea.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, you might get his fat ass. You know what I'm saying?
He was hiding. They just now saying he all of a sudden popped up out of nowhere, suspiciously.
That's why they like, yo, we can't give them anything. Barely approve them for loans. Barely, you know what I'm saying? Even let them politic outside. You know, because we are a force to really be reckoned with. But they don't want nobody to recognize us, reckon with. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
I got 3 accounts on the Lord's eyes.
Get them up.
Proverbs 15 and 3. The eyes of the Lord, the eyes of Yahweh, are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
So when you people see these so-called, I was scaring the hell out of these people out here, pointing up. They knew what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see them stuff, them little lights in the sky. Them ain't drones.
First off, you can't be living in all these big ass mansions not knowing no information.
They know, but a lot of them don't. And that's when they run across and they see us and they be like that beaver. Like, you gotta recall eyes with the beavers. It was all awkward.
That boy should stare on the side like, what y'all about?
Yeah, man.
I got another one too.
Yep. It said the sinful kingdom, right?
Which one?
That's what you just said, the Proverbs 15:4, right? The sinful kingdom. No, that ain't. No, that's the other one. Eyes of the Lord. That's another one I'm thinking about.
I got Job chapter 34 and 21. For his eyes are upon the ways of man, and seeth all his goings.
Yeah, man. So the Lord, hey, you being watched. You worry about Esau watching you, the angels watching you. You know what I'm saying? So-called big black men, you know what I'm saying? And shit they ready to go. The scriptures talk about, man, when you read the Torah, the Torah, you get all the accounts, and probably I even think through even through Samuel, you get the accounts when the angels was manifesting or materializing on earth, and they were saying they was terrible, like they were scary to look at. You know what I'm saying? Because they was, big so-called big black men. You know, the Father, he gave me a vision. The angels, man. I seen the angels, and they wasn't no damn Edomites. They wasn't no so-called white boys, man. They were all melanated men.
They say it don't even make sense because people without melanation are like people with lepers.
They are lepers.
So then that one goes to show you they not blessed. Because how you gonna be burnt? Right. How you gonna be burnt from the sun but be blessed?
Man, I got a scripture on that. That's so funny.
Nature don't know.
Right. Real quick, I'm gonna get this last one on the Lord's eyes. Proverbs 22 and 12. The eyes of the Lord preserve knowledge, and he overthroweth the words of the transgressor.
One more time on that.
Proverbs 22 and 12. The eyes of Yahweh preserve knowledge, and he overthroweth the words of the transgressor.
So the eyes of the Lord preserve. One more time. That's deep.
Proverbs 22 and 12. The eyes of Yahweh preserve knowledge.
See that? Preserve. So it makes sure it stays stored fresh. So the angels, they watch over your sanity, your understanding.
All our doings are written on stone with an iron. What is it like? Did he say it's a pencil? Or
Yeah, he made it's a the stone is actually this, because people when they think of that stone, not to get off the subject, when they think of that stone, they think it's just some it was this. You know? It's lapis lazuli, man. That's what the Lord wrote on. Yeah.
Proverbs 22 and 12. The eyes of Yahweh preserve knowledge.
Right.
And he overthroweth the words of the transgressor.
See that? So your knowledge stands the test of time because the angels working on your mind. They drop that seed on you and it grows. Like our mind is like a big garden, it's blossom, and they build a fortified palace around it. You know what I'm saying? And then that start manifesting outwardly. You start looking like a palace. You know what I'm saying? You get your your godhood back. You get that priesthood back, man.
And our bodies are the Lord's temple. That's why he dwells in us. And he don't dwell in places made by hand.
Yeah. Everything is about the inward first to the outward, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. And so when you got people coming up, trying to basically F with you throughout the week, you know what I'm saying? The reason why you don't lose this understanding and ultimately you don't fold is because the angels are working on your mind, man. They surrounding your mind 24/7. How about some shot? You know what I'm saying?
I saw my first cherry movie yesterday.
Shot the world walk here.
It was real good. It was disappeared out of nowhere.
Yeah. I pointed out to him because we was looking up. We always, as soon as we leave the house, we always looking for the cherries. As soon as we look up, I seen one. It's zooming. There wasn't no playing or nothing like that. It's too hot for it to be playing. You ain't seeing no flashing lights on the side or nothing like that. Them already was going by.
Let me get this. Psalms 140 and 8. It says, "But mine eyes are unto thee, O Yahweh, the Lord, or Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shah. And thee is my trust. Leave not my soul destitute." So, as our eyes watching us, our eyes are watching them. You know what I'm saying? We here, Father. You know what I'm saying? We here with the Father. We locked in. You know? So the Lord had me up here, you know, about scaring the crap out of these people. Now you're really about to be scared. It's more of them? Yes, it's more of them. You know? You about to see a takeover, man. Like brother say, a Jakeover. You about to see a Jakeover, man. This is the Jakeover. You know, brothers waking up, brothers coming out of that dead state of mind. You know, brothers is turning back to the Lord, man. You know, and the Lord is sifting. You know, so those that's not, you know, worthy will not make it, man. You will not endure, man. You know, because you ain't here with the Lord. You know, you're not here with the Lord, man. That's what's going on. But I want to get that scripture that brought out. He said, basically, we was going into the angels. Damn. We was going into the angels or whatever. I still we was going into the angels. The angels ain't so-called white man, man. You know? They're so-called, dude probably went back there and started recording this, man. That's probably what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because what you come out here with, you know? I wouldn't be surprised of it. Get a call, you'll go record some time. They watching us, man. That's probably what he breaking his neck right now looking over us. You know, look, Lord sending hella Jakes up here, hella rich Edomites, hella proud ass Jakes, and they all being condemned because once you hear this word that you've never heard before, there's no cloak, man. The Lord just scuffed your, he scuffed your shoe. You know how Jake stepped on your shoe? You know, he's like, damn, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Back in the world, and you got that streak off of you on it, you can't get off, man. That's basically what the Lord do when you hear the words, when he has, basically when his words come out through his men and you happen to run into him for the first time. You can't unstreak your mind. Your mind is forever streaked. You know what I'm saying? We scuffed your shoe. The Lord scuffing shoes, man. And Jake hate and then that's the cut. You cut now, cause Jake hate getting his shoes scuffed. So Jake be like, man, why'd you tell me that, man? You know what I'm saying? Everything going on right now, man.
You got some fresh all white, what they call Phazos.
Yeah.
Your Phazos stuff right now.
You know? So the rulers of the East is back, man. The Israelites. This spiritual right now.
Super spiritual.
You know what I'm saying?
Super spiritual. I just that's a lot.
Yeah.
Just you know, was recently moved basically all in all, you know. And today was the first day I got to meet the neighbor next door. He happened to be an Asher right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's a deep dude. I'm gonna say deep in that way, but he's receptive. Like I said, he really receptive. So that's why I was sort of behind. I had to have a long conversation with him. And he revealed to me, like, he's like, yeah, I'm Columbia. So that just sort of like made it, you know, maybe even more of a conversation.
Yeah, you gotta watch these moms, man. Cause somebody get that in the pocket for you got something else you gonna bring up, brother?
Yeah, I was gonna say because it was going into what you was talking about how everybody gonna be destroyed for all their works. It's Ecclesiastes 12 and 14. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
So everybody got a reward coming, man. You know? It's in the Apocrypha. Basically said, bring not every man into thy house. You don't let every Jake just because Jake let them know, you know, what's going on, man. Their chance of knowing this is when you in the spirit, you know? And we walk in the spirit on a daily, but ultimately, it's when we doing this. It's when we doing the work, you know? Because I had a damn, where that damn thing is? I had a damn Edomite. I ended up breaking that damn jar you gave me, effing with demons, you know what I'm saying? So, pretty much, he ended up helping me clean the parking lot up, you know what I'm saying? And but before all that happened, he came out, he greeted me, and he was like, he said, it's the dude that drive that damn what's it called, man? You know what I'm saying? His ass came out, and you know, he just looked like Pee Wee Herman or something. You know what I'm saying? Weird. I really looked at it, I'm like, this mother's face was so, like, it looked like ham. Because it was so clean cut bald. And it's like he threw oil on top of his shit.
Yeah, shiny.
He looked nasty. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn, you like a real damn devil. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was like, he was super friendly. You know how they are. They be weird, creepy friendly. That devil is friendly. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, yeah. And then he was like, one day I was like, he's like, how you doing? Went out his way to speak to him, like, you know. And I could tell, like, you know, do certain things, you know. Brothers look different. You know what I'm saying? I got rap on my damn head. You know what I'm saying? Stones. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm playing, but. And then I'm already, you know, a damn so-called Negro, and they know who we are anyway. So it's heightened when that the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is on a brother or a sister, and it starts to manifest outward. You stand out in a whole nother way now. So he went out his way to really speak to me off of the strength of that, I know. But anyway, fast forward, I ended up breaking the damn glass, waiting, you know what I'm saying, and it fell from under my arm and shit. And he ended up, he was cool. He ended up giving me a bucket, like, cause I was picking it up. And I ended up throwing the glass in there. And then he was like, I got a broom too. And he ended up telling me what he do. He's like, I clean gutters or something for a living. And he was like, you know what? He was like, he low-key dropped some food for thought. He said, basically anything you make money at, anything you can make money at is your profession. So he was like, I'm a professional sweeper. And that was spiritual, because I'm like, he going into slavery. He gonna be a servant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was crazy. He really said that. He said, I'm a professional. He's like, basically, he's like, you know, you think about it, he's like, whatever you make money at, he's like, it's basically he's like, I guess your profession. And I was like, but I wasn't gonna give him no props and be like, that's food for thought. Really, I wanted to, but it never got to it. And he was like, I was like, yeah, You know, I really ate on that real quick, and it just hit me in the spirit. I'm like, well, you a slave. Yeah. You a natural slave. The scriptures say, get that, Leviticus 45 and Salaki, 25 and 45. You start at like the 43rd verse. All the slaves is really everybody that's not on that sign. Basically, anybody that don't have any ties to these people on this side, bloodline-wise. You know, if you're not a so-called Israelite, you a slave, man. That's just your duty. You're a slave to the Israelites, man. You're servants and handmaids to the Israelites, man. And if you will not serve us, you will be destroyed. That's the part out, you know. But back to the point. So it's the scripture saying, my point of mentioning that, it said, you don't let every man into your house, because little do you know, this man drives a so-called Jesus Christ van, you know? And out of that same van, he does his profession. This is what he ended up giving me. He come out with a mask on and everything, but he got faith. They say 4 things, this is what the dude ended up giving me, he was an Edomite. 4 things God wants you to know. Let's see, because I never even read it. And then on the back of it say, how to receive Christ. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? It was just funny. It was like, okay. So, first, it says you need to be saved. Second, you cannot save yourself. Third, God has provided for your salvation. Fourth, your part, believe, repent, confess your sins to God, receive.
That's a contradiction, low key, because the first and the second one kind of don't go together. So you can't save yourself, but you need to be saved. So how can you?
This shit just crazy. Like, he low key spot on, but this is like you said, this is.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Low key, he cut himself. You can't save. You can't save yourself, because there's no salvation for you. You know what I'm saying? Because
So how is it that you know that you need to be saved if you can't save yourself?
Oh, you take it like this. You do. Well, we need to be saved. That's
right.
what really he's talking about.
Right.
He can't be saved, so he's cutting himself.
Right. You need to be saved. You cannot save yourself.
You have to be.
That's talking to us. That's
talking
talking to
them. Yeah, exactly. That's what he didn't get. But I ain't finna sit there and try to break it down and break bread with this damn Edomite. You know what I'm saying? He a damn devil. Because if you, how are you in the Bible and you preaching Jesus and your face look like that? I mean, he ain't got a whisker. A peach fuzz, nothing. Yeah, man, this dude, nothing. What you got?
We going into houses.
Yeah, go ahead. Perfect scripture. Exactly.
Was that the one you were looking for?
No.
It's
Get it in a second.
Second Ezra, chapter 1 and 35.
Throw this shit. Y'all look at this. I can throw this crap
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna look at it. I want to check it out at least. But all in all, just saying, 'cause the I wanted to let them into your houses.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the Most High had to say about to Ezra. Second Ezra 1 and 35. Your houses will I give to a people that shall come, which not having heard of me.
And what's your house? Your house ultimately is this truth. You know what I'm saying?
God.
The spirit. You know, but they didn't get the spirit actually. They just took a hold to the Bible. They fake took a hold to the covenant. They took a hold to the land of Israel. You know what I'm saying? They're able to walk on the land and things like that. So that's what the Lord is talking about. Go ahead.
Second Ezra 1 and 35. Your houses will I give to a people that shall come, which not having heard of me.
And ultimately, another thing, your house is what? Your temple. The dwelling of the Most High. He gave his temple to them, just like he gave his land to them. He turned it over like, y'all just run through this real quick, just so I can prove my power and prove to everybody. First and foremost, my people, and then y'all. Because y'all gonna get proud, big-headed, and forget, I never loved y'all. Y'all not my people. So, breaking that down. Go ahead. Huh?
Which not having heard of me, yet shall believe me.
See that? And that's why they can run around and Jesus, he saved
So
it.
this is what this is.
And blah, 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 and all of this, you know. But ultimately, they don't truly believe because, who can get it? John 4 and 24. I get it. You got something?
No, I was because it was talking about how basically how they want our religion, they took our religion. I got this Ezra 4 and 2.
That's it.
Where it talks, where it's talking about, I guess some of the Gentiles were trying to build with the Israelites, and it said, "Let us build with you."
Oh,
seek
man.
your God.
Perfect scripture. Brothers in the spirit. That's the spirit, man. You keep going on that. That's perfect.
So which not having heard of me,
Uh-huh.
yet shall believe in me.
Yeah.
So they don't know nothing about the Lord, but they believe.
They believe in
They believe this is for them.
the reputation.
For this.
Really don't even believe in a reputation, because like you said, John 4 and John.
I'm gonna go ahead. Let me finish that. I'm gonna grab that first.
If I can get it. Yeah, let me get this first.
Come on.
John 4 and 24, and it says, God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So if you walking around with a Jesus Christ fan thinking that the Lord is a so-called white man, that ain't truth. Because we already went over that, you know what I'm saying, earlier. But you go ahead, Al.
It says, so to whom I have shewed no signs.
See that? Because the Lord, somebody get that. Isaiah 43 and 10. Real quick.
Got it right here.
Yeah, brother, already there. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 43 and 10. It says, "Ye are my witnesses.
Who?
Ye are my witnesses,
Oh, man.
saith Yahweh,
Uh-huh.
and my servant whom I have chosen."
See that? So the Lord, we the only one that witnessed those signs. You know what I'm saying? He said he ain't showed them no signs, but yet they believe. So how can they believe if they ain't seen the signs? They don't know what to believe in. So that's how we know you people don't truly know the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't even know what is there to be held. You don't even know what is there to behold. We actually seen, some of you did see Yahweh Shah when he was on earth. You know? But a lot of you didn't. You know?
And y'all didn't believe?
Because it was a whole earth. And America was already being inhabited at that time. When the Lord walked the earth, people were already in America. Little do you people know. Period. Go ahead.
To whom I've shewed no signs, yet they shall do that I have commanded them.
See that? So there you go, man.
to get that next one too.
And ultimately, it's to bring that sword. You had some? Or you already brought it up?
No, I was just saying.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
You got more, brother?
Yeah, I got one more verse. 2nd Ezra 1:36. It says, "They have seen no prophets,
See?
yet they shall call their sins to remembrance and acknowledge them."
See? And that's what that pamphlet is about. They get that much. And that would never even show them. That's what it just told you. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, the Lord, Revelation 11:1. Watch this. Then we get back to the point. Another cabal. No, that ain't even the point. That's the point, but the main point.
You got that 11:1? Oh, he got the point. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Select.
Revelation 11:1.
I got one that kind of goes with the point.
Revelation 11:1. "And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise, and measure the temple."
Yeah, it'll be the add-ons constantly.
The
One more
temple-
time, it's like this.
All right, come on.
Oh, yeah.
See that boy right there real quick? It's like, that is,
Yeah, man, and that's spiritual. You know, this is for the elite, man. The Lord looking for an aristocracy, man. Go ahead, now go more of them. That's crazy. They
Right.
like, that's how we gonna do. That's what I was saying about the spirit earlier. That's how we gonna do. You Edomites, man. You the weaker bird. You know what I'm saying? We're the stronger bird. We're gonna hunt you down, man.
He just kicked him up out of there.
And you're gonna have to flee.
Come on.
We can kick you up out of there, man. You go ahead, Al.
Revelation chapter 11:1. "And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple
Do
of
what?
Yahweh.
Do what?
Rise and measure the temple of Yahweh."
Alright, so who's the temple of the Howard? That's his dwelling place where the Lord gonna dwell at, and wherever he's dwelling at, that's what he's dwelling with. So that's his people first, because Jerusalem is a people first, and then that's the place.
Got it.
Alright, so that's one more time. Do what?
Rise and measure the temple of God.
Right, see where it's at. Right, get everything accounted for. That's up there. Go ahead.
"And the altar and them that worship therein.
And the what?
And the altar and them
Uh-huh.
that worship therein."
See that? So who is the them? The same people, the people that's considered the house. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Go ahead. Yeah, you can finish it, man.
That was the rest of 11:1, unless you want me to get to 2.
No, point two.
Con. Revelations chapter 11:2. But
What?
the court which is without the
what?
temple,
The what?
the court which is without the temple.
So the Lord dwells within the temple.
Come
The
on.
court is like the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't posting in the parking lot. He in the temple. You want to meet the Lord, you got to go inside.
It's past 2 a.m.
You know?
Ain't nobody else getting in. You know?
Keep going.
Con.
Come.
But the court which is without the temple leave out.
With the what?
The court which is without the temple leave out.
So this is a court, this is a parking lot that's not even attached to the temple. You know what I'm saying? This is a parking lot to a whole nother place. That's talking about those that want to do it. That's talking about the dude that brought this out. One more time on that. Huh?
Revelation chapter 11 verse 2. But the court which is without the temple leave out.
They ain't got the temple.
And measure it not.
See that?
Measure it not.
They ain't part of this. That's not a part of this. You bring that up.
Con, let me finish this. For it is given unto the Gentiles.
For his what?
For it is given unto the Gentiles.
See that? So if you a non-Israelite,
Come on.
It's
I
over.
might as well finish this.
go ahead.
In the holy city shall they tread underfoot 40 and 2 months.
See that? So you got a bunch of damn, because the book of Revelation means to reveal. These are revealed. This is what's going to go on and things that don't went on, man. Right? So you people treading Israel under your foot right now. The temple, everything. Right? You picking up Bibles, you picking up Torahs. You know what I'm saying? We bring that out.
It's 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh?
Know you what?
Know ye not?
Who?
Know ye not?
Huh? A little bit louder.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh?
That who?
Are the temple of Yahweh?
That who? A little bit back, further back? Yeah, kind.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh?
There you go, man. Keep going. You can finish that.
And that the Spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you?
And who?
The Spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you?
There you go, man. It's only, it ain't in everybody, man. We get to the point. You go ahead. So yeah, man, that's the message all throughout the Bible, man. The Lord is really about to come and just basically, for lack of better words, just shit on you, shit on people, shit on you. Matter of fact, we ain't never brought it out. Let's get it. 2nd Ezra 6, start at the 41st verse. Never brought it out. The Lord, and then somebody get Isaiah 40 and 20, I believe.
Come. I got that 2nd Ezra.
Alright, let me make sure that's it. I ain't going to, you know, that's it. 6 and
44.
Yeah, that should be it. Start at the Jake's love this one. Jake love this one, man.
Spitter.
Yeah, man. That is. It's 55. Start at 54.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 and 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
So everybody come from Adam, right? Real simple. Go ahead.
Of him come we all.
See?
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
See? So everybody comes from Adam, but also the chosen bloodline, the chosen lineage, right? The Israelites, right? And it's always been like that. Keep going.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 and 55.
Uh-huh.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
For whose sakes?
For our sakes.
So the world is for our sakes. But we're in a society that's not geared towards us. You know? That's how you know we're in punishment right now. We need a license to fish when the damn earth produces these things freely. Like you don't gotta go cook a fish and plant them in the water. It's just there.
The fish that we eat are
Shit
going
is crazy.
extinct.
I mean, that's
make-
like
but they make
it's a pond
fishes.
right here. We can't go out there and grab the fish. We gotta go get a license first,
Right.
and it's here. You know,
As Esau says.
Man, we just got to seeing some Edomites fishing a minute ago with some kids on a boat. And you know they ain't got no license for that.
Sure, no, he's like, sure.
they got a
Pull it out
license.
there.
You just pull out the.
Because it's only like $10.
Like the Edomite.
But you ain't, bro, no one has to put fishes in the water. They just there. No one ever had to do that. It's just, it's freely. You know what I'm saying? No other things that are freely given unto you. That's in, we get that. Go ahead.
They have planted some eggs inside like a new little pond that they made, you know what I'm saying, for them, for like the apartment complex. They got the little like fountain spitting out water and stuff like that in front of their complex. So when I first pouring in.
Let me get this. Going to what brothers talking about right now. It says 1 Corinthians 2 and 12. It says now we have received not the spirit of the world, which is the spirit of charge you for things that they don't have to even replenish. You don't have to replenish the fishes. It's just there. It's natural. It's nature. It says, now we have received, 1 Corinthians 2:12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of God, of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of God. See that? And you gotta have the spirit of the world to not see and not basically argue with a man about why the hell you don't need a fisher license. You know what I'm saying? Because I can just tell the man, like, yo, bro, I get you, I can get it, agree with the adversary quickly, you know what I'm saying? However, I understand that, I understand that no one puts these fishes here.
You're not replenishing these fish.
Nor do we have to replenish them. So this is free. You know what I'm saying? It's literally just free. It's just freely here. No one put it here. No one organized and put this here of this world. You know what I'm saying? That is of this world. Because if you're of this world, you for that. You know what I'm saying? You for the destruction. We're not of this world, man. That nigga Wayne said that. What he say? I'm not human, I'm a Martian, or some shit he said.
Another thing too, that's why they like the land is like when they came over here to America, that's why they were trying to tax the Indians. Like this is theirs, they have it. Like
A little bit louder.
this land was theirs. When these Edomites came over to America, they took this land, tried to put papers in front of them, and try to tax them and stuff. And we like they not of their world, so they looking at them like, what the hell you talking about, bro?
Yeah, like nigga, this free.
This is free. Like I'm standing on it. I should be.
What's that song?
You didn't put it under me.
This land is our land.
These all come acting like I put that there. That's my grass.
That's how they act to it.
They like babies. Mine.
The song say, this land is your land, this land is my land.
California.
Right.
Another example.
To the New York Islands.
I always mention this.
Yeah,
Salaki, I always mention it. If I can say this real quick, I always mention this. You can't collect rainwater, and it just comes out the sky. Like no one controls when it rains anything. You know what I'm saying? Why the hell can I freely collect something that just freely comes?
The law literally come to your house and tax you for collecting rainwater from the sky. You know, that's real. That's real.
I bought land. I bought a house I bought the land and I built the house on it.
But you can't.
I own that, but I really don't because I gotta keep paying for it. That don't make no sense. I gotta pay property taxes.
Aren't they trying to like eventually start making people pay for air? Something like that?
No, that's from that what's that movie? The Lorax.
Yeah,
that's a Dr. Seuss movie, but they actually went in on that because they was selling air in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because they had a fake world where everything was made out of plastic.
They didn't have real trees. Like the people never seen real trees. Yeah. And they basically was showing the opportunity of some job that possibly could happen. In the future.
I wouldn't put these Edomites past
But basically he was also showing how they be blind to people because these people never knew of a real tree. It wasn't real to them ever in the first place, so they couldn't even perceive what a tree could actually be. You know, so
Step over.
all in all,
you good.
They wouldn't know that.
they didn't know they didn't have a difference. That's what you saw. They put that shade over. They had people deceived. They had people deceived to the point where they thought they had to buy air. It's a kids movie, but it got a deep message to you because it show you how E works.
Dr. Seuss real spiritual, like I don't say spiritual, but it's real deep.
You said Dr. Seuss spiritual. No, that's another point. I'm glad the brother said that. I'm glad you said that. Let's see if the brother crazy for saying that. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 13. It says, which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. For they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man. You know? So, hey man, you say things like that, you ain't crazy. Spiritual man judges all things. You know, you compare spiritual things with spiritual, you know. But Esau say all day, or a person of Esau's world will say all day, you crazy.
Like, look what they went.
Too deep.
They went dead into the wood. Man of the wilderness.
I mean, you go dead into. I mean, I went around there, but I ain't
Oh
gonna
yeah.
do it.
I'm saying they go out there, t-shirt
You're
over.
right. Esau man in the field. But this, you know, he's of a different household. To get back to the point, you bring that out, man.
This is Sirach 11:29. Bring not.
What?
Bring not every man into thine house.
See, not every man, because the Lord is holy, man. The Lord holy, man. All right?
For the deceitful man hath many trains.
You got to see who a person is first, man. You know, so-called Latinos pulling up. You know? But anyway. Yeah, man. Is it more on that?
No, that's it.
So yeah, man. So I'm gonna go sit there and break bread with the damn Edomite early. I can't bring him into my house, my world like that, because he of a different world. You know what I'm saying? And you just don't do that with just all Jake. You know what I'm saying? What the scripture say? My son, if thou get us a friend, prove him first.
Yeah, I got that too.
Bring that out. Because these Jakes think, a lot of these Jakes ain't spiritual. You get that. Romans 9 and 6.
Did you bring this one out first?
Yeah, whoever get it first.
Con.
It's Sirach 6:13. Separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed to thy friends.
See? So you separate from your enemy, like the scriptures say, never trust thy enemy, man. See if I can get that. You can go ahead, you keep going. There's more, man.
No, that's it.
Okay, you go ahead on that.
Romans 9 and 6. For not as though the word of Yahweh have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel.
See that? So there you go, man. We don't just trust all you Jakes because you a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian. We're gonna love you accordingly, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody get 1 John. I'm trying to see if that's the one I want. 1 John, I think 2 and 14. I know it's 1 John. You got 1 and you got 6. 1 John 6 verse. You get that one. Thank you. You know what? Yeah, bring it out. No. Go back. Yeah, bring that out. 2 and 10, yeah. And you can drop it 14.
It's 1 John 2 and 10. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him.
So yeah, we're supposed to love our brothers, you know, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. But, you know, what is love?
Let's get down to 14, 1 John 2 and 14. I have written unto you fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning.
Now, this man, Pat, look at the Mercedes. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna scare everybody. What?
We're gonna die. You know what I'm saying?
And try to call the cops like they did at
These people proud, man.
Somebody saying death to America or something. Nah, that ain't
Wow. Is there more on that?
Yeah. So I have written unto you, young men, because ye are strong.
And because we are what?
Because ye are strong.
So that's why that's what John wrote. That's why John wrote to us, man. Because we were strong. We're strong, man. You can take these things if you're truly of the Spirit. A brother, it's also called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans can't take this, man. And you gotta try the Spirit by the Spirit. 1 Corinthians, was that 4? I'm gonna slack you. 1 John. 1 John. Yeah, that's it. No, you can start at 1, Salaki. Yeah, bring that out.
Man, just left.
Yeah, see? Scared. Go ahead.
There's too many.
That's why I was going into it, man. We're the Israelites. Go ahead. Turn this way. Let's grab the back of it.
That's how I had that way. It's like,
Come on. I don't think I'm gonna crash Daddy's car up here.
Are we in the city?
Daddy's Mercedes. It's Mercedes. You know they're trying to say it. That's not you Negroes don't pronounce it right.
it's a Mercedes.
It's Mercedes.
It's a Mercedes.
It's Mercedes.
It's Mercedes, guys.
It's Mercedes. Mercedes.
Mercedes.
That's some shit Rick Ross has to say.
They call them
My Mercedes. Mercedes.
You know, I actually sat down with the owner of Mercedes.
You know they say.
Yeah, say it as Anyway, go ahead.
And our people are so foolish. When I was reading about how Jay-Z owned the percentage of the thing while I was in the world, I'm like, man, that's a big thing for our people to do that. And then I seen the percentage, it's like .008.
You thought he was checked in.
Yeah, I'm like, man, that's a very small percentage he owns. Like, he ain't got no real decision. He just sit there for ticket sales and stuff. That's all they got him in for.
He didn't check in all the way.
He definitely not check. This 1 John 4 and 1.
A little bit louder.
This 1 John 4 and 1.
Come on.
Beloved, believe not every spirit.
So those that are only love, this is who this talking to. Do what? He said what?
Believe not every spirit,
See? Man,
but try the spirits.
we're supposed to try the spirit. We don't just believe every spirit. AKA, you don't bring every man to your house, man. You know what I'm saying? We try the spirit. Go ahead.
Whether they are of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah.
Because that's ultimately who we are. We're not regular people anymore. You know what I'm saying? You're not John Jinkle Hyman-Smith, whatever damn name is. His name is my name. You ain't that, man. You literally like something else now. You're a god, man. You know what I'm saying? You're a god, and you gotta act like one and think like one, man. You don't just. The Lord won't even talk to everybody. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't bring every man into his house. He spoke in parables. Like, I'm going to talk to you, but I'm going to talk in such a coded form, you're just going to start bleeding. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And I know why.
What's happening?
That's why.
You're supposed to be talking to me. That's why.
That's why.
You don't want this.
We was talking to the Jake at our crib. He was like getting frustrated. He's like, all right, can y'all just stop talking in like code or something like that? Like, that's how we had to talk to him. Like,
He getting
starting to
frustrated. He getting frustrated
His
because he's
spirit
like,
waking up.
because he's like, y'all talking like I'm dumb or something.
He's like, make it plain.
Yeah, put it like plain tables.
He ain't want no sauce.
That's
He
like
just
we
want
were saying like 2 or 3 words, so it is plain, just not plain enough for you to understand.
it's like, but it's like I said, his spirit was being attacked.
It's so plain and deep.
Yeah, bro, so much.
Like, just like when he had asked us to hang out with him,
Shalom, bro.
and I'd be like, but what is it gonna do for me? What is it gonna do for my spirit?
And what we doing right now? We trying these people by the Spirit.
Esau's over there watching through the real view mirror.
Oh yeah?
Come on, that red joint?
Yeah.
We thought he was on.
I thought that was a Jake in that car too. Yeah. So called like
Esau pulled up and they took up. They didn't even try to watch it.
One's coming up in here. Mercedes,
The
trucks,
pick up right there.
everything.
These houses crazy.
Everything.
I don't know what the fuck I this is.
Cut.
Yeah, because I drove past this one the first time. Well, after we were back all the way around. I seen was on the way back. I'm like, dang, I drove right past.
Let me start from the top. This 1 John 4:1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
So you just can't talk to your neighbor because he. This mother guy. Damn, I don't get a warning. That's spiritual. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I didn't doubt it.